seasoning going on out there. There's going to be some cooking tonight.
It could be sizzling here this evening. Let's get ready for the opening tip. Jay, when Westbrook has the ball, you know you can expect magic on the floor. The question everybody is trying to answer, can Russell Westbrook lead the Thunder to the promised land?
He can, but he needs to take his game to new heights, and that comes with leadership. Everybody knows that he's a triple-double waiting to happen each and every night. He's done that consecutively for 2 years now in the NBA, the only player in the history of the league to do so. He's that fantastic of a player. I love the passion he plays with Ed, but he needs to get his teammates way more involved. When you have a guy like Paul George or Carmelo Anthony, you have to make them better. Look how CP3 and James Harden, Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson, Clint Capella, they all make each other better. There's something missing chemistry-wise from the Thunder.
Man, are these two franchises invariably linked. Harden goes from Oklahoma City to Houston. Carmelo Anthony wanted to land in Houston. He gets traded by the Knicks to Oklahoma City. Go figure.
And I'll be willing to say this too, Ed. I think Carmelo Anthony would be a way better player if he were playing for the Rockets than him playing for OKC right now.
James Harden, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one, count it. And he makes them both. Oklahoma City's got it. George against Harden. Rebounded by Capella. Green with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Rises for the slam. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Westbrook across the timeline. They trail by 2. To Adams. Had a chance, but it's no good. Green with the basketball. He'll run the offense. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Russell Westbrook, guarded by CP3. To Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. George, a pass taken away by the Rockets. It's in the hands of James Harden. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Ferguson. George. Tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Great dish to set it up. Big man, Steven Adams. First couple didn't go. That one is true. And the Thunder with the rebound. To George. Lets it fly from long range. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Harden here against Ferguson. Steven Adams with a piece. Gerald Green
sent a message on that one, Ed.
And the finish at the rim. The Thunder will use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
Fans have given us the ventilation boxes located around the concourse. We're accepting non-perishable.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. It's Russ at the controls. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
I can't believe he missed that, but look. You have to stay connected to him defensively or he'll eat you alive.
Knocked loose. Tucker against George. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Westbrook with the basketball. They're down 3. painted area won't go down. To Harden.
1 minute left.
James Harden, 2 for 3 now here in the first. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Paul George fires, can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Paul with it up top. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. And a nice finish at the rim. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Stays in bounds. Really good hustle. Westbrook. His first effort off the mark. Harden in possession. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. The drive right to the basket. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. George matched up with P.J. Tucker. That ends the first quarter. The Rockets with the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free pizza.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, we're seeing more of the same to start the second.
It's called settle for more. Just because a defender gives you space doesn't mean that you need to take the jump shot. Keep attacking the rim. It will open up eventually.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Nothing going here on that drive. Iman Shumpert matched up with Raymond Felton. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Kenneth Faried able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And scores. Strong take.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Thunder with the basketball. Schroeder guarded by CP3. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
New blood coming in for both sides. Great hustle. That's what you like to see. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder, so the Rockets hold on to the basketball. Paul to Capella. Ooh, Chris Paul. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Schroeder gets it in the right corner. Fires the three. Oh, surprise. He hits it.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
The shot no good by Harden. Here's Schroeder with it. Trailing by 10. Adams knocked loose. Nothing going here on that drive. Felton, Harden's on him. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Hall matched up with Steven Adams. Finish that. Schroeder with the basketball. They find themselves down 10. To Adams. To Schroeder. Defense making the ball handler work. Schroeder. Oh, too much contact. free throws on the way.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Dennis Schroeder at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. Goes 2 for 2. Now Paul with the basketball. It's an 8-point lead. Ooh, Chris Paul. That's 3 now on 4 shots. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Adams. Paul George. Eric Gordon. Huge block. That's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. It's Westbrook. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Can't connect from in close. To Adams. Clint Capella pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Green with the basketball. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Westbrook into the front court. Final minute, first half. And look out. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Harden guarded by Russell Westbrook. And the rebound comes to OKC. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Down 8. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Harden to the basket, but his shot stays out. To Westbrook. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
17-footer at the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end with the Rockets in front. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Paul into the front court. His team on top by 8. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Russell Westbrook against Chris Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense to Harden. For 3, with James Harden, muscle memory. Gets it to go.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Westbrook. Ferguson, Harden's on him. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Paul, guarded by Russell Westbrook. To P.J. Tucker. No good. Defense catching a break there. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. Ferguson. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. To P.J. Tucker. No good. And no foul. Whoa! What a finish. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Westbrook with it. His guys down 11. It's Capella who clears the rebound. Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Harden to Capella. And the rebound comes down to the Thunder. To Paul George. Clint Capella swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Ferguson slams it down. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, first off, energy and persistence conquer all things. But look at the way they're setting screens. Look at the way they're communicating to each other. They're actually hitting people on those screens, and they're coming off those screens with their hands in a target area, ready to shoot the basketball. When you play the game with that kind of precision and that kind of energy, you see why they're in the lead.
Fires the 3, gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
I love when I get a chance to watch guys who can make more out of what they actually have in their arsenal. And that's who Dennis Schroeder is. For a guy who really can't shoot, he sure does put the ball in the bucket.
James Harden has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Oklahoma City ball. Clint Capella with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
The assist from number 13, James Harden.
George against Harden. Clint Capella sends it away. 4th this contest.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Harden with it up top. The lead is 15. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Here's Schroeder with it. Counting down toward a minute to play in this 3rd quarter. To Adams. Schroeder. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Paul into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. To Harden. Trying to cash in. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in 3-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a 2-point shot relevant these days.
That's a 5-second violation. Harden against the former MVP. Has a chance. Not today.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Looking to take this all the way. From the painted area, won't go down. Deep three at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. It's been all Rockets. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter, and not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
To George. From long range. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Driving is Harden, but he can't get it to go down. Westbrook into the front court. His guys down big. Russell Westbrook with the slam.
We call that Beastbrook. But why are you so angry all the time, man?
Jay, he's just taking out his anger on the rim.
I feel that way every time I broadcast with you.
Harden. Message received. Well defended. Westbrook across the timeline. Trailing by 14. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. Harden into the front court. He'll run the offense. Going to launch beyond the arc. Ferguson to Paul George. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Harden with the basketball. His guys leading by 14. Cruises inside for two.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Russell Westbrook, guarded by the former Dookie. Leaves the defender in the dust. Kenneth Faried rejects it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
George to Westbrook. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. It's Westbrook. Doesn't get the bounce. Rivers to bring it into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
A simple touch foul.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Houston. Subbing in for Oklahoma City, number 12, Steven Adams.
Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
That won't go. George, guarded by Clint Capella. Short jumper stays out. Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. can't connect.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Harden, guarded by Russell Westbrook. Here's a chance from long range, and James Harden knocks it down from 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Westbrook to Schroeder. To Paul George. To Adams. George knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. Now that's a contest. Russell Westbrook matched up with Harden. To Schroeder. Beyond the arc for 3. And Dennis Schroeder, zero hesitation, buries the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Harden to Gerald Green. Lets it fly from long range. And the rebound pulled down by Adams. Westbrook with the basketball. The deficit now up to 12. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First try at the line, no good. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.